See, I'm a drywall guy, and we've had illegals come up across from Mexico, and I've often said that, you know what, it might be good that I go down to Mexico, just sort of sneak in down there. I can cross the border pretty easily, right? I could get in down there, and come back up as an undocumented worker. I would get a free Obama phone, I would probably get free insurance, and I could probably get all the work I would want. Now, little joke there, but let me tell you what, didn't Obama just release 4 Guantanamo, you know they call them inmates?
They don't even call them inmates.
They're not prisoners, and they're not inmates. They're detainees, unlawful combatants. Let's get that part straight. I'm for waterboarding them.
Yes, right.
It's not torture. John McCain, you knew torture. John McCain knew torture. He really did. But he doesn't want somebody who will take this country out, and it is their mission to do so. He doesn't want to waterboard them? Sorry, disagree. I may be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I disagree. I'm with the CIA on this one, folks. But those 4 inmates, Freudian slip. Those 4 unlawful combatants held at Guantanamo, Obama released to where?
United States.
Huh?
United States.
No, he released them where? Where'd he send them?
Oh yeah,
Uruguay, South America. Now I got on the map and I looked at this and I said, well, there's a land bridge. I mean, they could get on a boat and come up to Panama Canal. They could be in Mexico really quick, and they could get here they're probably already here as undocumented people, and they're probably getting amnesty money already. There's nobody talking about this. These are sworn enemies of this country, willing to do anything to make this country go away, because we are shirks. Now, I've talked about it before. How many know what shirk means? S-H-I-R-K. You see, when this country was formed, it was because we were moral. They were moral, and they were Christian, the Mayflower Compact. The contract you signed in order to get a ride over here from an oppressive era of time and country. You signed a contract, said, and the first thing it said in there was, for the furtherance of Christianity, we make this voyage. So this country, I don't care what people say, you don't have to be Christian. That's a wonderful thing about this country. We have an establishment clause. We cannot establish a religion, but that doesn't mean we disestablish God.
Right.
We are a moral and Christian history in this country. That's why Islam hates us. I was going to the word shirk. The word shirk means that you believe in more than one God. Islam says God has no partners. There is only one God. As a matter of fact, 5 pillars of faith to becoming a Muslim. And I don't know the rest of the 4, and they're all pretty much good things, but the first one is the worst thing that I have ever heard. It is the reason people are losing their heads. It is the reason buildings are coming down. It is the reason that American men and women are going to war, leaving their blood in the sand and sometimes their lives. What I'm getting ready to tell you is the reason for that. And we were willing to overlook it, to make a corrupt bargain. Because we seared our conscience on the altar of this commerce, of the corrupt bargain, the petrodollar. But here's the thing. The number one issue of conversion to Islam is that you are not a polytheist. You have to believe in the one true God. You can't be a shirk. And you've got to sort of break that down and understand what that means, because I believe in the one true God. But it isn't saying God. What Islam says, if you believe that Jesus is God, you are a shirk, because God has no partners. He is only a messenger. See, the Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, the whole world has been bettered by not the notion, by the precept of the Trinity. That God loved this humanity enough to send His Son, and that He was God in the flesh, Emmanuel. Islam hates that, folks. The reason that they want this country to fail, and they want this caliphate here, is because Allah is the one true God and has no partners. That's the Wahhabists, folks, in Saudi Arabia. That's ISIS. That's Al-Qaeda. That's Bin Laden. Here's another one. Libya, Benghazi. It's all about Islam. It's all about this country being fundamentally transformed by a president who is not Muslim. Excuse me, Freudian slip again. He's not Marxist. He is a poser. Everything he does looks like Marxism, but he's using the progressive mindset of the liberal Democrats to weaken this country, and he's doing a great job. But the reason he's doing it is because he is a Muslim.
Right.
My opinion. Prove me wrong. Hussein Obama. He has even said it before. He's had Freudian slips. He says, and because of my Muslim faith, he said that. He has said that there's 57 states in this country. In this country, the country he grew up in, 57 states, there are 57 caliphates in Islam. He had a little Freudian slip.
He also said the Muslim prayer is the greatest thing he's ever
The sweetest thing that he's ever heard is the prayer of the Muslims. You know, to Muslims it's sweet. I don't want to go there. They have every right in the world to believe what they want to believe. That's what we have the Establishment Clause for. You know, I did a piece, and I'll do it again sometimes. It's kind of fun, the word anti-disestablishmentarianism. You're against the taking down of the establishment of Mentarianism, of Arianism. The establishment of Arianism. Now, you've got to know who Aries was. He was a Presbyterian. And he believed that Jesus was created by God, therefore was not God. Sounds a little Islamic to me. But the Church of England had as Arianism established in their churches. So the Catholic Church didn't like that. They believed in the Trinity. So there was a group of people who wanted to take down the establishment of Arianism. And there was a group that was against the taking down of the establishment of Arianism, and the word became anti-disestablishmentarianism. The reason that's important to us is when that moral and good and Christian people came to this country, the very first thing they established in our Bill of Rights was the Establishment Clause, which said that this government cannot establish a religion as a state religion. Part of Israel's problem, I think, my opinion, is the Jewishness of the state of Israel. I've been doing a little bit of studying on it. Again, I say I'm a drywall guy, not a scholar, but you know, I can read. I've gotten better since I left Rural Run High School. They didn't have much to work with, but they didn't teach me a whole lot. But you know, it is that way. But the older you get, you see your grandchildren, you realize that you maybe have 10 more, 15 more years to do something positive to affect the world they live in. And then you fall in love with other people's grandchildren. I mean, I love children. Because they're innocent and they're naive. It's not their fault. It's our fault. I didn't get involved early enough. I didn't reach for remedy quick enough to rescue the Republican Party. I think it's almost can't be done. I almost believe that the Republican Party is without rescue. They don't want. They've got the Tea Party in a sleeper hole, and they think that we won't come too. I got another thought for them. It isn't going to turn out that way. Every sleeper hole that I've ever saw administered, apart from the New York one, and that was a headlock. The person regained his consciousness. They're not going to kill us out, folks. They're trying to put a sleeper hold on the conservative wing of this Republican Party. And we're going to pour it on. Now listen. If all my points have been made, we'll open up for discussion. And I want you to hit me hard with whatever you got. Because this is one of the biggest things. You know, folks, I spend a lot of time on Islam. Because I think the debt machine that is plaguing this country today, the $100 trillion in unfunded liability, do you know the interest payment on the $1 trillion, $12 trillion that we owe different countries. China has $2 trillion. The interest payment on that is more than we take in income tax. Now we take in other revenues as a country, but that we can't sustain this, and they know it. That's why this corrupt bargain was made today. That's why some people had to change their minds. I'm not sure that Kerry understood all of the pressure that he got, but I know he changed his vote, and he was pressured. I don't know the criteria of it, and I'm not willing to criticize Kerry Bentivolio because he's an American patriot. The man fought in 3 wars for this country. So let's not jump to quick conclusions on Kerry Bentivolio. What I know is I'm disappointed because I don't understand it. What I know is I understand corrupt bargains, and I know that John Boehner is a puppet. You know why I know he's a puppet? He's a puppet to the Chamber of Commerce because yesterday, I saw the strings moving. You know, they're up there, they're doing this. And I saw his jacket move when the strings I'm trying to make a little humor there, but the fact of the matter is, we've got John Boehner figured out right now. And stock market, day before yesterday, stock market up. It was headed down, remember? Come on in, Dave. I'm not one who quite understands all of that because I never have enough money to invest. I always invest in my grandchildren. Or my hobby, which is my wife. You know, I love her to death. She won't spend money on herself. She loves spending on her grandchildren. But anyway, that's not the point I was making. This debt machine that we have authorized in silence as Christian American, let me get on that for a minute. I'm challenging Christian America, Democrat or Republican, I'm challenging you not to continue to authorize in silence the governance that is killing babies and also authorizing debt that is unsustainable and we can't repay it.
Here, here.
$200 trillion in unfunded liabilities. Those don't go away. We ignore them. So who's ignorant? We are ignorant if we're going to ignore something that will not go away. And it won't. Here's how it goes away. And this is why Wall Street, and the point I got off track, the point I was making was Wall Street went up. Day after that they were plummeting. They didn't know that this bill could get passed. I think at the whole heart of this corrupt bargain was Dodd-Frank. There was other bad things. Dodd-Frank limited, and this was a Democrat effort, and I understand the Republicans don't want regulations, and they want free markets. I do too. I want free markets. But when it comes to the taxpayers being responsible to bail out AIG. AIG. That's not even a bank. They were bailed out. And here's the thing. They weren't fully bailed out because they didn't go under. We only helped them to stay alive. Because if they went under, they would have taken them all down, folks. This corrupt bargain that I think Kerry was forced to reason. See, Kerry didn't do anything at somebody's threat. Kerry used reason. And I think he knows something that we have no idea about. So I won't criticize him. I keep saying that. I think that the corrupt bargain that the Dodd-Frank empire, or the stock market empire and the insurances like AIG, bad mortgages, bad loans, when they found out that this corrupt bargain was going to be made, the stock market went up before they passed the bill. The fix was in. They knew it. The fix was in, and they knew they had the protection of the American taxpayers.